Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Again, I am Donna and this is Brian, my husband. A few months back, we decided we were going to do a podcast on men's mental health awareness. Kind of give you guys an outlet to talk about it, to, voice your concerns, your opinions, your thoughts. We started this because Brian suffers from panic disorder, anxiety, and depression. So if you go back to the beginning...
Agoraphobia, what-if thinking, all kinds of problems.
If you go back to the beginning of the series, we talk about his life, going through his family, going through his childhood up until adulthood when the panic disorder started, or when he realized it actually kicked in full effect.
All the way up to present day.
And then we go to present day. We have different episodes that...
56 years of fun.
We have different episodes that touch base on different things. This is just his opinion or my opinion. We're not giving any medical advice. It's not very child friendly because there is some adult content. So if you want to watch it with your child, keep that in mind. The language can be a little on the adult side. And if you're easily offended, you probably don't want to watch this podcast.
Good luck.
If you do like what you see, remember to subscribe, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them. If you're not comfortable with leaving them in the comments because you're afraid someone might see it, you can always email it. If the email is not on there, leave a comment to put the email in. You forgot to put the email in yesterday, didn't you? You didn't upload
I think they're in like one of them so far.
Did you upload yesterday's?
Yeah.
That's right, you did it early morning. Okay, ignore me.
Well, the email is... a couple opinions at gmail.com. So if you've watched any of these, my memory sucks.
And if you watch any of these, we are so like...
And I'm the one who made the frickin' email, and I still wasn't sure what it was. I think it's in a couple of the descriptions. Maybe there's a way to actually put a link. I'm not sure, but
I'll look to see if we can put a link.
I don't think it's a link. I think you would have to go in and actually paste it in. I don't know.
So to carry on what we were talking about on the last episode, we were just talking about different topics that had to...
Real quick. If you haven't noticed, this is a real low budget thing. So
it just fits with him.
Don't set your expectations too high.
We were talking about mental health topics. We just kind of went over like emotional parts, like how you deal with the anxiety, the depression, and establish unhealthy boundaries, like not overloading yourself to make somebody else happy, stuff like that. So we're going to carry on in support systems. We're going to talk today about trauma and grief. This can be a very touchy subject for people, so I want to put that out there right now. So I guess one of the first things I want to talk about is when you feel trauma starting to set in, whether it's from something that happened 2 years ago or something that you think might set off a trauma response now.
You'd have to let me know what a trauma response is.
A trauma response would be like if...
Seeing a plate of vegetables and want to punch somebody in the face?
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to do something a little more like if you turned the light on and off 3 times, you got beat. Somebody turned the light on and off 2 times. That 3rd time, you would like freak out. Something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, I didn't carry that into my adult. I don't eat vegetables, so I guess if you want to call it that, but I mean,
he does carry it in because he threatens that if I put vegetables on the table, they're going to go flying.
Well,
so he does carry it.
It's not the sight of them, it's the smell that I guess would be the trigger.
So then if I made broccoli smell like chocolate, you would be fine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. All right, so aside from the vegetables, I'm sure there's other things in your life that was traumatic. Are there any grounding techniques that if it started to happen, you would be able to pull yourself back rather than going back into that dark time?
I don't know if this sounds like bullshit or not, but I don't really think about a lot of that stuff.
That sounds like bullshit.
I said it was going to sound like bullshit.
All right, so I'm going to give you an example.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, if you know of one, let me know.
Yeah, I'm going to give you an example. Somebody saying they're going to do something
Oh, and then not doing it.
and then not do it.
Is that really traumatic?
Does it set you off?
Oh.
Why does it set you off?
Because of my dad not showing up when I was
That would be a
little.
trauma response.
Oh, okay. Well, you have to. I don't know these terms or the definitions of them, so you're gonna have to dumb this down for me.
So I guess my question would be, yes, if somebody says, if I said to you, I'm going to give you $1,000 a week for the next 10 years, and for 3 weeks I give you $1,000, and after that it stops.
I would go more along if I have friends and we're going to do this, such and such thing. Let's say riding the motorcycle, we'll just say that.
Okay.
Like, hey, Friday night, you want to go riding? We're going to go. Yeah, it's all set up. And then, I'm going to go through the anxiety and the butterflies and get there. And then, or they, cancel it or don't show up or whatever. And then I don't hear from that. That you're going to hear about it.
So you just made a good point. You don't hear from them. But if they call you and cancel.
That's fine.
Okay.
What do they call it? Ghosting or whatever.
So.
And you know that as well. Like if somebody does that, I can't say it's going to happen too many times before you just.
I will tell you one thing.
And I'm the same way with if I've done it, which I have, not out of just because I'm a dick, that plays into it, but because of the digestive issues, the panic disorder, I've not been able to follow through with things. Now, I have not ghosted anybody, but I'll tell them I can't make it. After not showing up or responding or, so many times and they just stop texting or asking, I totally understand. Like,
but
I don't get offended or anything because I know what it feels like.
Okay, I get that. But that goes back to a topic we talked about last episode, the support. If they are a true friend or whatever, to sit there and blow you off completely, no, understand it. So the next conversation would be...
but it's like if you invite somebody to a party 4 times and they don't show up, it's human nature. You're just not going to invite them a 5th time. You get the point. They're not showing up.
Or do you say to them for the next one, hey, we're having a party. If you can make it, we'd like you to.
Right. But then they don't show up and they just stop coming. So you just stop asking.
That's where I'm a little different. If that person is a valuable person in your life, you don't do that. That's just how I think of it. That would be like me saying...
well, then you're better than me because...
That would be like me saying...
I understand if somebody does that with me and I'm not... I've gotten pissed when people leave me hanging. But then...
But can't you leave it? I'll try.
And that's... I don't know how long ago I switched to... We'll see.
Right.
That became like.
Then that's see, and that's going to actually be.
So I never blocked myself into I'll be there.
So that's going to be my next thing. So that would be your safe area.
It just literally became if I can do it, I'll be there. If I'm not there, I'm not giving you. I stopped giving anybody concrete answers.
So that is.
Everything's a maybe.
So that's your safe grounding technique. That's a safe area for you because you're not fully committed and you're not
it-
blaming it off.
It just leaves me an out.
Right.
Like I said, maybe, so you can't get pissed when I don't do it.
Right. And I think that's a huge thing. And but
I mean, it sucks to have to go through life like that because you would like to be able to just commit to things. But if I tell you, yeah, I'll be there, and it's 6 months away, all I'm going to do for the next 6 months is think about that, and then probably not be there. So it's just not, for me, it's not worth it. So I'll just go, maybe we'll see if I can. Like, that's the three, answers for everything.
and
Literally everything.
and I think people should respect that. This is going to sound harsh. I don't care who the people are. I'm his wife, and I respect it.
I mean, from the smallest thing of doing wash, going food shopping, putting gas in the car, or I'll say the only time I didn't say maybe was the wedding.
We would not be sitting here right now if you did
Because
say maybe.
I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have went over.
No. No, there's been other times where you haven't said maybe.
But here's the weird thing with the wedding. If I'd have had a panic attack or something would have just went sideways,
I would have understood it.
you would have rescheduled. We would have
Yeah.
done it another day. And I know you wouldn't have. So that's why it just made it easy. So,
Yeah, there's not many things that I would be like,
yeah, so from the smallest task to the biggest commitment, everything is, we'll see. That way, it's for two reasons. One, it takes the pressure off of me, and maybe I'll be able to do it. And I'm not letting somebody down if I'm not able to do it.
so that was going to be my next question. Exploring triggers, like at your own pace. So triggers that would set you off into panic or anger or something like that. And
That would be different for those two.
but of course it would be different. But the setting a pace so you know not to let the trigger get to you is different for each of them as well, because and something making you mad is not the same as something putting you into a panic. So how you respond to the two are going to be different. Correct. I think I just lost him.
Yeah, say that again.
Exploring triggers at your own pace. So something that's going to trigger you into a panic attack is going to be something different that would trigger you into an anger attack, being mad. So
Well, the anger part's just being a fucking idiot. The panic attacks, I mean, I know what is, for the most part, is what's going to set it off. After 33 years, you kind of narrow it down. And it does change over time,
that was my next question. Okay.
or at least with my case.
We were just somewhere recently. I'm trying to figure where we were. And you had said you all of a sudden you became uncomfortable and you wanted to go.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember where we were.
Oh, Papa.
No.
arcade?
No, it was after that. We were, I want to say maybe a store or something. I don't remember. You were just like, I just want to go. And we got into the car, like within 5 or 10 minutes, you were okay again.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember where we were either.
Now I feel like him. Oh,
Welcome to my life.
I don't remember where we were.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, we were on a motorcycle.
No, it was after that.
media.
No, it was after that.
Oh, then I don't know.
No, we were actually walking around somewhere, and you looked at me and you were like,
I believe you. I just don't remember.
I gotta get, and I was like, all right. And literally we got in the car and like drove around and you're like, You're like, that was really weird. Because you said that was really weird.
Yeah, I remember when we were on the motorcycle, and I was like, I'm going to turn around and head home. And then when we got closer,
Yeah, you
I
were.
started to feel better, and we just cruised around here a little bit.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm guessing maybe the store was crowded. I don't know. Maybe
I
there was.
believe you, I just don't remember it.
Maybe there
I
was a
mean,
long line.
there's also a shitload of times that happens, so it's hard to remember all of them.
I'm trying to think. Maybe there was a long line, and you're like, I can't wait. I don't remember. But exploring the triggers and being able to realize something's going to trigger it to and the panic, I know you can't.
Was that at Target?
It may have been Target.
They had one line open, and whatever we had, I was like,
Oh, yeah, you were pissed.
and I just threw it over on the side, and we left.
Yeah. I guess that's probably what it was. But I mean, I understand with the panic disorder, you're not going to be able to do that. Whatever triggers you, exploring the triggers and seeing how you can stop them from putting you in a panic. Certain situations you could do, but a lot of them you really can't.
My way of that is just avoidance. Just don't do it. Like, don't put myself in a spot.
Oh.
Don't put myself in a position where it may happen. I mean, I still, to this day, will, before getting on the interstate or any of the major highways that you just can't turn whenever you feel like it, I will turn on Google's maps and check what the traffic is to make sure that it's not already stuck and sitting there.
Faithfully, we just did it yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, even like the bridge when we were in Philly last week, I guess it was.
Yeah.
And I saw taillights up on the bridge and literally did a U-turn in the middle of the intersection and took the long way back because I was just like, I'm not getting stuck on there. And I didn't get like panicky or anything. I just saw it and was like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
So then you do know how to explore your triggers and how to adapt to them.
It's just avoiding it.
But that's still
I mean,
right. Yeah.
I mean,
all right. The next thing.
Back when this all started and I was driving, I had to turn on KYW, and Traffic at the Twos is what it was called. It's an AM station that's just news all the time. And at, 2 minutes after, 12 minutes after, they do a traffic report of all the major highways. And I would put that on. And if I was right near the highway, I would pull over to the side until I got the traffic report before I would get on the highway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I didn't have cell phones, didn't have smartphones, none of that shit.
Right.
Or at least I didn't have a cell phone at the time. So, and my maps was a book. You're opening up a book and going.
They have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Just each county was a book, and you opened it up, and this is where you were going. So, I checked that.
They might say, what are books?
Things you read. But, yeah, I would turn on that news station, and I would not get on the highway. And if I didn't hear a report or whatever, I would just take the back roads.
Right.
It would take twice as long, but it was better than me getting stuck and sitting there and freaking out. So.
All right, the next topic. Grief. Processing loss.
Yeah, I'm real good at that.
Now, I want to explain something when I'm saying processing loss. It can be a person, it could be a thing, it could be loss is loss. How would you say you process loss?
Not very well.
My answer would have been, I thought you were going to say I don't.
I mean.
So some background, and we spoke about this in prior episodes. He's only really lost death-wise 2 people that were close to him. Correct?
I mean, that I was in contact with at the time of their passing. My friend's father passed. I was close with him, but I hadn't seen him in I don't know how long.
He wasn't even here when he passed, was he?
I can't remember.
Because I know he's buried over there.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know he was here for treatment, but I don't remember the whole how it happened. So unfortunately, my memory is.
So, all right. So even if we say 3,
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm actually honestly trying to think of like other people that I was like as close to as I was with my mom and my niece. Now my niece was 15 months old, so I know a lot of people going, "How close can you get?" Well,
now let me ask you a question. You also lost a nephew.
my relationship with my brother and his wife was already starting to become strained at that point.
Okay.
And I think I saw him once.
Okay.
See, I think he passed at like 5 months
Oh, okay.
or 7 months, something like that. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not 100% again. My memory sucks on a lot of shit.
For some reason, this is horrible. We've been together almost 10 years, and that's the first time it dawned on me that, yeah, you've never mentioned him, but your niece you've talked about.
I didn't have
yeah.
a chance. Like, I guess because that was, my brother's first kid. And now I'm an uncle. It was just.
I think there were other underlining things too. We won't get into that here, but knowing what they knew.
Didn't know it at the time. Oh, you mean with
The second
the
one,
second
yes.
one? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a problem with that.
Yeah, that's.
I'll get into it. I don't care.
Yeah, I think.
I have no problem getting into it.
I think that could have had a portion to do. That's kind of what I've always thought, maybe.
Yeah, I'll just say it. My niece and my nephew, my niece passed at 15 months and nephew passed at, it might have been 8 months. They had what's called SMA. It's spinal muscular atrophy. Just all your muscles just deteriorate and your lungs, your heart, all that stuff. And they had the most severe level or degree of it. So they weren't, they didn't really have a chance.
And your niece didn't start to show signs until she was.
They didn't know until, like, she could hold her head up and the hand, all that. But when it went to, like, she should be crawling.
She wasn't crawling.
She couldn't push herself up. And they thought, like, that she should be by now. And that's when.
I'm assuming she moved, and I'm not trying to be funny. It's a medical term. I'm assuming she moved like a seal. Like she would just kind of pull herself with her arm.
No.
She wouldn't even pull herself with the arm. She would just lay there.
She would just be like on her stomach, like looking up.
Okay.
And she was, it was a funny thing. It was like, from what I remember, she was like always happy.
Yeah.
Like she didn't look like she was in any, now towards the end, yeah. But no, she would just be kind of like that turtle, like looking around like, I don't know what you want me to do, but this is all you're getting. And again, with that, I was pissed off for a very long time because I didn't get there in time to be able to say goodbye. Like as I turned a corner walking into the room, I saw her go limp. And at the time, I think my car had a shitload of work done. I was blowing every stop sign and every light trying to get there. Again, no phone, no cell phones. You got the phone call at home, and then I'm hauling ass to the hospital.
Right, and the hospital was not that close. I'm assuming she was at CHOP.
No.
DuPont. Oh.
Right here.
Oh. Why?
She had went into, I guess, respiratory failure or whatever. So they just It was like an emergency kind of
Oh,
thing.
so she was in the ER when she was in the.
No, no, she was up in another room. I think, again, I don't know 100%. I think they had got her stabilized, but she wasn't going to make it, so they
Okay,
moved
so
her into
another room.
They moved her into a room upstairs, and that's where, like, I'm in the elevator, running down the hallway, and like I said, and then it was just,
Yeah, for some
and
reason.
that's one that I'm never going to get over that.
And there's probably a couple reasons for that. It was the first person close to you that you lost. It was a child.
And I felt, and again, there's going to be people to go, oh, how close? I felt like I was closer. Like, I felt like when I walked in, she lit up. And I might not be remembering it correctly, but that's how it was to me.
And that's fine. And so here's my thing: if that's the case, how can somebody who has a grandchild and that grandchild passes at 3 months say that they were close to them? It's your perception of what you have, the relationship you have with the child. So that one, and you know what? I have a saying.
And with her, I never talked to anybody about it. Like, if somebody brought it up, it was shut the fuck up.
And it's weird because we talk about it a lot.
And I get upset every time I talk about it.
Rightfully so.
But other people that in the past, like, no, just not talking about it.
Do you think it would, well, I'm going to ask a question, and before anyone jumps all over me about this, he'll understand why I'm asking it. I understand it was out of everyone's control what happened to her. But does part of you feel that your brother and his wife should be held accountable because of what happened?
For Casey?
Yes.
My niece? No.
Okay.
Why would they be?
Because
they didn't know.
I know they didn't know, but does part of you feel like if their genetics weren't fucked up, she wouldn't have passed?
No.
Okay. There are people, you know as well as I do, there's people that would think like that.
Once you know?
That's kind of where I was going with it, yeah.
Then I have a problem with it. And that's where my nephew comes into play. You already knew. You knew the percentages.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't have the right to tell anybody what they should do or not do. But I'm going to do it anyway.
And it's strange. He didn't even live nearly as long as Casey did.
No, it wasn't even 8 months.
Wow. And is that something that they'd be able to tell during pregnancy?
Yeah. Because
they knew ahead of time.
No, I don't know. I don't think they knew with him. There was a third attempt.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so.
That never came to term. We'll just put it that way. So, and that's where, again, this is my opinion. I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks about it. This is my opinion on it. If you're being told that you've got like a 10 to 25% chance of having a perfectly healthy child that's not going to, whatever, it's not worth the chance. You're just putting that child, you're just making the child suffer.
All right, let me ask you a question.
To me, you're doing it for yourself, and that's
Let me ask you a question. Would you feel the same way if it was their first child? Or are you saying that
they
because
didn't know?
I understand that, but if they knew for their first child, would you feel the same way, or do you have there's such strong feelings because of what you saw your niece go through?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure that plays a part of
Okay,
it. But
yeah.
if somebody's telling you that you only have this percentage and it's at max like 25, and even then they could still develop it
Problems as they get older.
somewhere down the line.
Right.
It just means they're not going to be born with it, but it doesn't. Now, today, there's kids that went from being completely immobile to running because of the treatments and the research and everything about that. But I still, me personally, I'm not going to do that knowing it. Now, I had went and got tested to make sure that at least I did, because both parents have to have it. If one has it and one don't, the kid's going to be fine. And I went and got tested, didn't have it, so I didn't have to worry about it. But if I'd have tested, then my then girlfriend, future ex-wife, would have had to got tested to make sure. Because I don't even know if you have to have a family history of it to have it. It's just, I think it's just a genetic mutation. That
I'll have to look that up, I think.
That if both parents have it, there's a 75% chance that you're going to be, your kids are going to have it. And it's not like before anybody goes, well, the kid's quality of life sucks. There is no quality of life with that illness at that degree.
Right.
When you're at the worst level, I think the life expectancy is like 5. And that could be 3 years of being on
Event and all that.
machines and equipment to just keep you alive. It's not worth it.
Right. No,
Because to me, it looks like you're doing it for you. Because if you're thinking about the kid, you wouldn't do it.
Right.
And that's the shit that pissed me off. And that's where the relationship ended because of that.
So.
And not so much me and my brother talking, but his wife. And at that time, I wasn't a fan of hers to begin with. So when you say something to me and I'm not a fan, you're probably going to hear a bunch of shit that you weren't expecting, or 2, don't want to hear.
Right.
And I don't care.
All right. So that was the first loss.
That one went well.
Your friend's father, like you said, you weren't around. Next.
And I was, around him from, 85, 86 until
94.
2000.
Oh yeah, you were still going up there, yeah.
So I mean, you're talking 15 years. And we spent a lot of days when I'm there, just me and him working before my friend would come in. So, I mean, we would spend like 4 hours, me and him working and talking and,
Do you think part of him took over the father figure that you didn't have?
Yeah.
He was a pretty cool guy. I happen to know who he was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, he was awesome. It just...
a little on the crazy side, but cool guy.
You didn't want to piss him off.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You didn't want to be...
You do not want to be on the opposite side of him.
Yeah.
Your mom.
Yep, I had one.
I know you have not processed her loss completely.
No. Hold on. We got to take a break.
Hey, everybody. We are back.
Sorry about that.
Okay. So back to your mom. I know you have not really processed the loss of your mom.
Oh, I mean, we've talked about it in the other episode, like pieces, parts, but there was some litigation surrounding her passing. We'll just say a medical fuck up. So after the initial rage, shock, whatever you want to call it, wore off, we were right into all that crap, literally for 3 years. So it was constant dealing with lawyers and, the mortgage company,
The estate.
whoever it was, yeah, all that crap. That was a 3-year process, literally. Actually, almost right on the nose. It's 3 years.
Yeah. I can't believe it'll be 4 years in October.
Yeah.
There's something.
So I didn't have a whole lot of time to just sit around. I was still working. You're still doing the food delivery every night. I'd say the way I handled it was mostly just clearing the house out with you. And then there was just one thing after another that was going on either with the house or whatever, other family. And so I didn't have a whole lot of time to just sit around and think about it, or I don't know what I would have done differently anyway. Getting rid of the old furniture and that kind of stuff was
Getting rid of the constant reminder that she's not there.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to get rid of her because her room it's become storage, but all her stuff is in there.
Do you think that's healthy?
Healthy? Mm-hmm. What? Throwing shit out, or
no.
leaving a room the way it was?
Leaving her room the way it was and not using it for yourself besides storage.
I couldn't stay in there.
No.
That was her room.
No, I understand that. But do you think that, and people do it all the time, do you think it's healthy?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, her bed's in there, all the bedroom furniture, her rocker, all her collectibles, the stuff that her personal stuff is, everything that was down in, let's say, the dining room, the living room, was boxed up and put in her room where it'll stay until we move, and then it'll come with us.
Now, just for background, he does go in the room. It's not like the room's sealed off and he doesn't go in.
No, well, in the beginning it was. It kind of, nothing was put in there, and
correct.
The door was closed all the time. Now in the winter I have to. There's no heat upstairs, so I can't leave that door open because it just gets so fucking cold up there. But yeah, there was a period of time where I just didn't want to touch anything in there. I just leave it all alone.
He has taken time where we go down memory lane. Went through a bunch of photos. Mm-hmm. But one thing I say to people all the time, when you lose a loved one, especially someone you're close to, when people go, oh, it gets better, it doesn't get better. Things change, but you adapt to the change. It never gets better. It gets different, especially in your case and my case.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten any easier. Like, if something happens that reminds me, I still get upset. I get upset just as much now as I would then. Or in the beginning,
And I think this is what people need to understand. You were your mom's caregiver. You lived in the house with her. You helped her. You did her food shopping. You did all the stuff around the house. Mm-hmm. So your everyday now became different because she was a part of your everyday. And I think this is where people don't understand when you lose somebody and you have to go through that grief. It's different when you lose somebody that you see once every 6 months. I'm not saying that pain is any less painful, but you can go back to your regularly scheduled program and it only affects it every 6 months.
And that's somebody that I was close with for 52 years at the time. So
yeah,
there was nobody at that point that was that close, or even
exactly.
So,
and somebody who did so much for you,
right,
and did not ask for anything back in return. And
maybe go pick up a cheesesteak from double decker every now and then or something.
Right.
That
I
was
mean,
about it.
so processing loss is different. It looks different on everybody. I will say that
Honestly, sorry to interrupt. I was more angry, and not at her, but just at the situation. Where I think that if it was where, say, she had just passed in her sleep at home due to natural causes at that age or older, I I wouldn't have been angry because this was avoidable, and that's what I think is where I got, you know,
well, let me
pissed off. And I already had a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to the healthcare community, so that didn't help.
so let me ask you this. We both lost our mom suddenly. Do you think it's easier? And my case is a little different than yours because we don't know how much your mom suffered the last 24 hours. We just don't. Is it easier to lose them suddenly where they don't suffer for a long period of time? Or would you prefer to be able to have that goodbye with them? And which do you think would be easier?
I guess some of this also goes back to Casey, my niece,
Okay.
where I didn't get to say goodbye. So this was just another instance of that happening.
Casey's a little different though, because in the end she suffered.
Nobody's ever going to change my mind that my mom didn't suffer for a period of time.
Well, that's what I just said. We don't know how long she suffered for prior to it.
I don't believe that she just suddenly went
Right.
full catatonic, and we already know from
Right. Yeah. I
that
get.
what happened did not happen overnight, and whatever major part of it was from the day I talked to her to the next day.
There was 12 hours. It's not accountable.
That was more than 12
Well, actually,
hours.
it was 18 hours.
But, and that's the part where I'm like, I don't know. I'm never going to know. So I've had to try to go just like, you're never going to know. So there's no point in dwelling on it because you're just torturing yourself.
So, and with my mom's case, it was a little, well, my mom, she'd been into sudden cardiac arrest. Could we say it wasn't painful for her? So, and I guess this is my medical knowledge kicking in. When I saw her, she looked like she was sleeping, peacefully sleeping. If it was something like, if you have a heart attack in your sleep, it usually wakes you up and you have a...
The look that my mom had.
No, because I believe if your mom wasn't on the breathing machine when we saw her, that wouldn't have been there. I think it was because it was forcing the air in. Like she wouldn't have...
And unfortunately, that's the any time that I think about it, that's what I see.
Which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do the service the way we had it.
Didn't help.
I understand that.
There was nothing that was going to change that image. And I'm sorry that I don't know if it would have been better to not have my youngest daughter, like, to let her know so she could come up, because she had to see that. And I'm 52-year-old adult. She's in her 20s at the time. So, and I know that had to mess her up because, I mean, it looked like my mom was in shock. Like her eyes were wide open. Her mouth was open. Like she just looked like, and then when that vent would kick in, like her eyes would come open even more. And it was just really, because I knew that she had no brain activity.
Yeah, I don't understand.
She wasn't feeling anything.
Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't tape the eyes closed. Yeah, I don't.
I won't blame the ER or the
Oh no, neither
ICU
do I.
because I think they're the ones who did everything they could, and
Oh, definitely.
it was too late. But yeah, I'm never going to get that image out of my head. And unfortunately, even with my niece, I have that image of, like, I can still vividly see her going limp and just passing away in front of, and it's just,
That's how I am with my nan. We lost my nan in 94. And one of the last time I saw her, the night before she passed, or 5 hours before she passed, they had pillows tucked under her arm so she could breathe easier. So it wasn't even like when you're in a hospital bed, you're normally just laying like straight. She wasn't even laying like that because of the breathing, how bad the breathing was. And it was kind of like the same thing with your mom, except my mom wasn't on a vent. That was her trying to breathe on her own. And
I think the only reason they did that was because they hadn't got,
a hold of you to find out.
yeah. I was working 7 nights a week, like third shift, 7 days a week. So, I didn't get up until normally 5, 6 o'clock. Like, I didn't go to sleep until maybe 10 in the
Yeah,
morning.
and that night you slept in really late.
And it was one of those, like, I had been up there over the weekend,
Right.
like 2 days or a day and a half before, to drop off stuff, but I couldn't see her because she was in C. diff isolation.
Right.
Yeah, so they couldn't. I guess they had to put her on that because they couldn't get a hold of anybody.
Right. She
And,
wasn't
and
a DNR.
I was the only one. I was the only one that could make that decision.
Which is crazy, come to think about it, because where she was at prior also had my phone number. The
Yeah.
hospital didn't, but they could have given them my number if they couldn't have reached you.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like a HIPAA thing.
No, she's the one who gave them my number.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
they
I don't
didn't-
know.
Maybe they didn't make it official. I don't know.
I don't know. I think dealing with loss is an individual thing.
I kind of deal with it like I deal with everything. Just act like it's not happening, and
That doesn't work.
no, it doesn't. I didn't say I didn't say, hey, do it this way. That is my go-to move for a lot of shit. Like,
But
just ignore it; it'll go away.
I think in the last 2 years, maybe, you've been able to do more things to include your mom and stuff. The memory of your mom. We do it at Christmas time. You do it all throughout the year. Like I noticed, what was the last holiday? Easter.
Mother's Day.
Mother. I'm trying to think if you put it. I'm talking about when you put the stuff by the urn.
I do it for Mother's Day too.
Did you? You know what? You can't go by me. Mother's Day to me is
No, I know.
off limits. So
No, like Christmas, like whatever she used to get or like.
Right.
Like Christmas time, she liked these Russell Stover.
Santas.
They look like, yeah, big chocolate bars, but it had a Santa in the middle. It looked like money.
Yeah.
So I would get one of them and put it by the urn. Easter, she always got either these, everything's going candy.
The eggs.
The marshmallow eggs that were in a like a carton.
Carton of eggs.
Or she got the Russell Stover
Bunny.
chocolate rabbit. So I'll get one of the chocolate rabbits and put that there. Mother's Day, I got. The hell did I get? I think I got one flower and put it. She was a big fan of Mom's, as you are.
I think that was a generational thing too, because it was my mom's favorite, Daisy Mums. So.
Yeah.
Like I just think
But
everyone deals with loss their own way. No one can say it's right or wrong. No one can tell you how long it should take because you never get over losing someone. I don't care who it is. If it's somebody you're close to, just don't ever get over it.
Yeah, and there's two people in this room right now that if you said get over it to them, you'd probably end up with your teeth on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be 4 years for your mom in October. I just had my mom's 17th anniversary, so and I will tell you now, it was, I guess, 15 years when I graduated. She would have been gone 15 years when I walked for Eastern. And inside my cap, the same thing I did with Newman, is I had her mass card from her funeral, and my tassel had a picture of her hanging on the tassel.
The wedding.
The day we got married, my sister-in-law,
bouquet.
she did it on the bouquet. There's still times when something will happen and I want to pick up the phone and call. And like I said, it's been we just had her 17th anniversary of her passing. It's nothing that gets easier. It gets different, especially in our cases when your everyday has forever changed now.
And I will tell you right now, I was one of those assholes because of, in '89 is when my niece passed. And then, so I'm 19. And then later on in life, I was one of those people that would go, it's been 10 years. Like, move on. Now, I never said it to anybody, but, I'm not that much of an asshole, but I would think it. Like, are you still carrying it around? It wasn't until me and you reconnected and you would tell me about losing your mom. And then, that's when I started to go, okay. And then when, unfortunately, my mom passed, and then I was like, oh.
And in our case,
because
you don't think about it.
Yeah, and
I lost my mom young.
You don't, if you haven't been through it, you don't know. You can try to understand all you want, but you don't know.
And here, my mom's presence is, my mom never lived in this house with us. We moved.
Feels like it.
That my mom's presence is very, very much here.
And I constantly ask you, I'm like, you think your mom would like me? And it's like, probably not.
My mom met you before, though, so I don't know.
It was weird. I was at your house, but I remember your mom. I did not remember your dad.
He probably wasn't around. No, that sounds horrible. My dad was a truck driver, so
now we're getting somewhere. I know what next episode is going to be about.
My dad was a truck driver, so he was on the road a lot. Do you remember my nan? Because she would have been at the house too. She lived with us.
I was literally coming in the front door, going out the back, and we were going into the pool or the softball field or doing something stupid out by the school or whatever. So it was only a couple of times. But
yeah, my dad probably.
And it's weird because, like, I knew both of your brothers, but, they were over there at the pizza shop a lot.
Yeah.
But I had to deliver to your house numerous times.
Probably.
And
it's crazy because we lived so close and we weren't allowed to walk over to get it.
Yeah, it was kind of weird of, like, looking at the address on a slip, and I'm like, it's right.
I guess they didn't trust us with bringing it back. Remember the kid we saw walking?
Oh, with the pizza, holding a pizza box like this, and I'm like...
That's probably why we were never allowed to come and get it.
Somebody's getting a ton of extra cheese, and somebody's getting just dough.
But yeah, I think people need to understand that it's okay to miss somebody who's gone. It's okay to miss them if they're gone 20 years, 30 years. It's okay to talk about somebody who's no longer here, as long as you're not doing it in a bad way.
Unless it's my father, and then I have no choice but to say it in a bad way. There's nothing good to say.
I also want people to realize that there's certain things that I hate when people say. And I say it when somebody does, I'm sorry for your loss. That was the worst thing somebody could say to me when my mom died. And I get that, but you know me.
What are you?
I'm very sarcastic.
What are you supposed to say?
So, can I do anything for you? Is there anything that you need? It's just.
But everybody is either. You got to watch what's saying, prayers or whatever, because it's like, I'm not religious. Don't pray for me. Like.
So my whole thing is.
I mean, everybody. Just
I'm sorry
says,
for your loss. Why did you kill her?
Condolences.
That's fine.
That's the same thing as sorry for your loss.
Not really.
Yes, it is.
But I get what you're saying. Condolences means my sympathies with you, but
which is
yeah,
which
I know.
means I'm sorry for your loss.
I just think it's like one of those pet peeves, or it'll get better in time.
Well, you're a little snarky.
I'm not snarky. You'll get better in time. Time will heal.
Well, okay, that one's stupid.
Or, in time it'll get easier. It doesn't get easier.
No, it'll get different.
It gets different a lot. But if somebody's dealing with loss, just let them vent, let them talk. And I found out when my mom passed, talking about her a lot helped. Not bottling everything up. Like to say my mom or Nan, or to say those words, and everyone would just look like, how can you mention her? She's not here no more.
And like, I remember the one thing from the service. Now, it wasn't an open funeral, and there was literally 2, 4, 6, 7,
8 people.
I think 7 or 8 and us.
Oh, well, so.
My aunt, uncle, 2 daughters.
2 cousins.
Oh, that was it?
Yep.
My one cousin's husband was with her, wasn't?
Oh, yeah, I forgot who. No.
Oh, I swear he was.
Oh, he may have been. Yes, he was. And then, so I'm sorry, yeah.
Because one cousin I didn't even recognize, I thought she worked there.
Yeah.
And she was literally like, hey, I'm like, oh, sorry, it's been 30 years. But my way of dealing with everything is usually joking. And we were sitting there, and everybody had already walked by the casket, and then we were sitting there, and I went, that's the most makeup she's had on in 30 years. And like, her sister, my aunt, like, laughed, and you laughed. And I was just like,
And your aunt was saying, like, your aunt was telling us stories about her. It was a very late, like, and I think.
My mom didn't want anything. She had said in prior years, like, I don't want anybody there. I don't give a shit. So, sorry, Mom, if that pissed you off, but I felt the need to just have that.
There was no
small group.
There was no service. It was just a viewing and just us.
It's literally like a 20 or 30-minute viewing, and that was it.
There was nothing in the paper. There was nothing.
Yeah, it was completely private because some people were purposely not invited. Because it would have caused problems with me. But I found that for me, I guess, I'm not joking about her death, but bringing up stuff that was funny, either that she did or whatever, and that.
But your mom had a very unique sense of humor as well.
She was, she was a lot like you. In her mind, out her mouth, and oops. Sarcastic. I mean, that's where I got that from.
Yeah.
She had that dark humor where it could have offended people, but
she didn't care.
Like, oh, well.
But
you'll get over it or don't.
And that's what I think. I think when you lose somebody that you're close to, treasure the time that they were there. And this is going to sound so crazy, and I don't know if you'll even understand it, but embrace the loss as well. Do you understand what I mean?
No.
How can you treasure the time that they were there if you don't embrace the loss that you're not going to have them there anymore? You didn't treasure the time, and I'm not saying you. We all do it. We never look at somebody and treasure every moment you spent with them because you never think it's going to be the last. So embrace the loss so the memories are even stronger.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go through life going, oh, they could be dead in 10 minutes. I've got to,
That's why I say embrace the loss, because it makes the memories even more treasurable. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the one thing that I still dwell on is Christmas and my birthday. And not, like, me and her didn't really exchange gifts.
Oh, yes, you got. Well, she gave. Well,
okay, we would get her something, but she had a habit of going on the QVC network or as seen on TV channels or whatever. And it was like, I thought you would like them. I'm like, you thought wrong.
or I thought you would like these. Yeah, you thought that last year too because you got me the
And
same.
literally the one day she was like, I'm pretty sure you wanted these. And I'm like, I'm wearing these. Like, I've already got a set, but hey, at least when these get dirty, I can put on another pair.
Remember the sunglasses?
Yeah, the aviator sunglasses. I'm like, I don't know why you thought I wanted to look like Val Kilmer from
Top Gun.
Top Gun. I'm like, I have never brought that up once, but it's like, thank you, I appreciate
It's
it.
the thought. I think with Christmas, it's because when you would leave here, you had your routine. You would go home. You'd bring everything in.
And my mom was pretty much on this almost the same schedule as me. Like, she was a night owl. She didn't go to bed till like 4 or 5 in the morning.
And you would show her everything.
Yeah, we would just sit there and go over everything, and she would roll her eyes and be like, great, another guitar, just what you need. Or like, how many watches is this now?
And she would.
But we would sit, you would come over some of the times with me to drop the stuff off, and we would sit there and talk for like, an hour or so. And then I would come back, and she'd still be up, and we'd talk until the sun came out.
Yeah.
So leaving here now on Christmas night or 3, 4 in the morning and going home, it's...
And I think part of it, going home to an empty house, bothers you.
Yeah, it's... Because it's just... She's not there, obviously.
Well, technically she is, but I get what you mean.
I don't put my stuff on Facebook or Instagram for the world to see, it's like, I guess there's a part of me that wants to show her, and I can't. So.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to sound really weird.
And it kind of marks the holidays over. Like, she's not there. The house is dark, dingy, quiet. The quiet part I don't mind, but it's like, yeah, Christmas is over.
I get that. I mean,
like, that kind of extended it for me. Like, I would go and show her, so it was like opening up the gifts all over again, kind of. Because she would want to see everything. As much as she rolled her eyes or would make some comment about it, she wanted to see everything, because a lot of the stuff was like, oh, it's not just, somebody walked into like Walmart and bought something.
yeah. It's funny.
No offense to anybody that shops at Walmart, but
I have a friend who lost her spouse, and she does everything with his ashes. They go on vacation with him. They go, and at Christmas time when they go to open the gifts, they come out and. And I was just going to say, if you really wanted to, you could just open everything up in front of the ashes. I don't think it would be the same for you.
no.
But yeah, my friend, like literally, there's pictures of
I think
her on a plane with the ashes.
I think if I was by myself and did that, I would assume that I had lost it and it was time to just check in somewhere.
No, I don't think so. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in the house and been like, Mom, what is going on? Or Mom, why did you do this? Or nice job, or something like that out loud?
No.
Really? Mm-mm. Have you ever been in your house and you heard noises and yelled out, Mom, is that you?
No, I have Now, she had a distinct voice. And when she would like yell from downstairs to my
Turn the air
name,
conditioner on. Yeah.
whatever the thing was. So there were a few times after she had passed that I swore I heard that, and I would get up and be like, "Okay, what? I know that wasn't it, but
Right.
what the hell was that noise?" And I've swore I've heard her walk out of her room into the bathroom and hear the bathroom door close, and have gotten up with the because I'm thinking somebody's in the house, and I'm like, "Okay, the bathroom door is open." I'm like, I don't believe in ghosts or spirits or demons or any of that. I'm not saying they don't exist. I just, like everything else, I have no idea, but I don't think so. So there's been those occurrences. Now, is there times where I'm laying in bed and there's shit going on that was going on at the time with the estate? And I would just think to myself, like, what the fuck? Like, why, why or something like that. But I never, like, yelled out at my mom or anything like that.
Oh, I do all the time.
I-
Especially if there's a fly around.
We both have different beliefs as far as
Right.
religion and the afterlife. Me personally, I just think once you're done, it's like deep sleep. You're not dreaming. It's just nothing's there anymore. You're just
So-
fade to black.
So let me ask you a question. If I was buried in a cemetery, if I died before you,
Well, if you're buried, I hope it would be in a cemetery.
and, and I'm buried in a cemetery, would you come to my grave?
Of course.
Would you talk to me while you're there?
Probably.
Why is it different than not talking to the urn? I'm just curious.
I don't know. Maybe because you watch enough TV or movies or people that go, the graves and they're sitting there talking to the stone, and I can't picture any movies where anybody was sitting in their living room talking to an urn.
How many times have you watched The Gravedigger? I mean,
Gravedigger? I've been to a couple of the live shows and saw the monster truck, but I've never actually talked to an actual gravedigger.
The Undertaker.
What about him?
He talks to
That's
that
not
urn all the
a real.
I was trying to think
I'm
what else on
talking
TV.
about legitimate scenes in movies or TV shows, or when people are,
There was a movie.
I know you're going to come up with one, but
No.
what I'm saying is
Oh, no, it wasn't a movie. It was a TV show.
999 people are sitting in front of a gravestone, and you're going to pick the one that actually was talking to an urn.
No.
I'm just saying, for me, that seems normal. Talking to an urn seems like you may
Have
have
lost your
blown
wits.
a tire, and and there's nothing wrong with either of them. I'm just saying, for me,
It's just not him.
I'm just saying, for me, I think I might get up from that and go, I need to call some.
I get what you're saying.
But, and we don't have to worry about me talking to yours because I'm going to go first.
He has that plan. I'm going to be on my deathbed. No, the hell you are. Psh, I'm dead. Done. All right, on to a little bit lighter topic. Modern wellness, the impact of screen time on mood. If you are in a funk, do you think screen time helps it or hurts it?
Scream time?
Screen,
Screen?
TV, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Like your phone?
Yes.
If I'm in a funk, do you think that is good?
Like if you're going through something, or how do you think screen time plays in mental health?
Are you talking just social media, or are you talking about watching movies or TV shows?
Social media.
Oh, that's not healthy ever.
All right.
Unless, now, I'll say it this way, because I know there's people who are going to like lose their shit over it. I have two Instagrams. One is just all guitar related, and music. The other one is just art related, and that's it. My Facebook, anybody that gets overly political, I just click the unfollow so I don't see the posts because I'm done with the politics and people just bashing each other over this shit. I'm done with it. Three YouTubes. This one, my other two are art and just my personal one where it's actually it's all that one's pretty much anything that I've uploaded was all music. But people that I follow could be various things, but I just steer away from clicking on anything where somebody's pro this or anti this or whatever, because then you just get slammed with it. And we've talked about this before. It's just completely unhealthy because most of it is complete bullshit, and all you're going to do is go down a rabbit hole and piss yourself off. So,
all right. So
generally, if you can funnel your stuff to just things that cause enjoyment or positive feelings, do that with your social media. Don't go following people that are just constantly fucking the drama and bashing shit. It's just
okay. Have it.
It's definitely not good if you're depressed or already pissed off at something because you're just going to get even worse.
All right. How about navigating social anxiety in the post-isolation world? So we were isolated with COVID.
You got to stop at all these big fucking words. I have no idea what that sentence just meant.
Navigating.
Remember, you have your associates, your bachelor's, your master's, you're finishing up your doctorate, all these credentials. I have a GED.
Navigating.
Dumb it down.
I'm dumbing it down for you. Navigating. Working around understanding.
I got that one.
Social anxiety.
Okay, what is your definition of
social anxiety? Is being around people and stuff
so
like that.
Agoraphobia.
In a post-isolation, that means after isolation.
COVID?
World, yes. So.
You say that again. I can't put the whole damn sentence together. Now I just broke it into 6 things and I have no idea which one goes where.
Navigating social anxiety after COVID.
Okay.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, pray for me now.
Dealing with anxiety socially after COVID.
Yes.
How I'm doing it?
In general. You don't deal with people, but in general.
We've kind of talked a little bit about this before, I believe, and everybody's going to hate my thing on this. Just like if you watch the other episode that I talked about it. It seemed like, I don't know, half the country suddenly.
No, that's not what I understand that part. That's not what I'm asking. I am saying, how do you think people now who suffer from social anxiety, post-isolation, when everyone's starting to come back out, how do you think that's going to affect everybody?
I hope you're not just starting to come back out now.
No, I meant, you know what I'm saying? Once everything was over, how do you think that affected people's attitudes? How do you think it affected people dealing with other people?
I think it just made everything worse.
So if you could tell...
I think COVID exposed... Maybe not COVID itself, but the way it was handled in this country particularly. Maybe the world, I don't know.
I think it exposed how weak we were as people.
Well, I'll say it definitely exposed how easily manipulated people are by government, media, family, friends, whatever, and became fearful of shit that wasn't that scary.
That's not what I'm saying when I say I think it makes us weak. I think now, I mean, we were at the store and...
the amount of people that in the beginning...
I sneezed and you would have thought that I just took...
Like you had malaria or the plague and everybody just backed away.
And it was...
And I'm just rolling my eyes laughing.
Allergy
like,
time.
Oh my God.
But I think I think it showed us how weak people were once we started getting back to normal, and I can say this as a teacher.
I don't think it's back to normal.
Well, this is what I'm going to say. I can say this as a teacher. Once we went back into the classroom, people forgot how to interact with each other in person. And
As I became a different person in 1993, I think a society, how it is now, is how it's going to be, or maybe get worse. I don't see it going back to pre-COVID.
yes, and I don't get that.
People, I don't know.
No, I do think there were certain bonuses of it. I think during COVID, it opened a lot of different opportunities for people. Like one of the things that a lot of
You mean the virtual work and stuff like that?
not virtual, yes, virtual work, but I think for certain situations, like I do teaching virtually for kids that take classes virtually for college. But there were schools that were starting to do that prior to COVID, but it opens it up. So I'll give you an example.
I think it sped it up to where it became a necessity.
Yeah, because like here's my whole thing. If you're a single mom, you have 3 kids, you have to work during the day, but you want to go back to school, you could do it virtually at night. Yes, I think that opens opportunities up for people. I also think now that you go to a store that used to be open 24 hours, now closes at 9 o'clock because they don't have staff because they can't staff is ridiculous. So I think it works both ways.
As far as the stores, a lot of them shortened their hours during COVID and then shut down the 24/7 stuff, and it never came back. They figured out that we're making the same amount of money whether we're open or not, so just leave it that way. So,
And we've seen a lot of brick and mortar stores close up.
I don't know if that was COVID. I think that's just, I'm not blaming Amazon because I'm a big fan. I pretty much, like almost all my shopping at this point is online.
But no, what I'm saying is some of them still have online stuff, but they closed their brick and mortar stores.
But I think it was going to go in that direction anyway.
I
Again,
mean,
COVID might have sped it up.
Yeah.
Or the government shutting shit down may have sped it up. But I think it was going to end up, because we had talked about that prior to COVID. It was like the amount of, being able to get something that you can't even find in a store and have it there when you wake up, as opposed to, I got to deal with this jerk off at the register and the idiot salespeople and all this shit. And it's like, I'm just as guilty as anybody else. I became where it was like, yeah, I'm using eBay. I'm using all the websites, and the shit's going to be there at my door, and I don't have to deal with the dumb shit.
I will tell you one thing, and I love how people were like, why couldn't they do telehealth before COVID? They were. So, and we talked about this.
Yeah, they definitely were.
Telehealth was geared for people who couldn't leave the house, whether it was your elderly people, people with agoraphobia, people that were just what are they called?
Yeah, you're immobilized.
Yeah.
Paraplegic, whatever you want to call it.
They had telehealth, and they were opening more and more. And this is very ironic. Right before COVID hit, when they took us out of school, I teach allied health students, and we were going over the telehealth portion. And my one student turned around when we met virtually. He said to me, he was like, "Miss Donna," he goes, "So you mean telehealth isn't new?" I said, "Did you not pay attention in class before we went out?" I was like, it's around.
That had been around a while.
And now I find telehealth to be beneficial because certain things you do not have to go into a doctor's office for. I will give you an example. One of the hospitals up by here, you guys probably heard it if you're anywhere on the East Coast, Jefferson Health Network. They are big with weight management. And to get a in-person appointment is a long wait. I had a student who was trying to get in for an appointment To get an in-person appointment, it would have been 9.5 months. A virtual appointment, she was able to get in with a month. Most people don't want to do the virtual. They want to do the hands-on. And I said to her, I said, well, what do you have to do? And she's like, I just need to be on screen with them. I have to show them my measurements and all that. And I was like, all right, that works. Mental health. You may disagree with me on this one. After you do your initial intake, if both the patient and the provider are okay with doing therapy appointments, and I'm going like this because not your psychiatrist appointment, this is your weekly therapy appointments. If you're okay doing that telehealth, it opens the door for more patients. I know in the beginning you were very anti-telehealth for mental health.
I'm still a little because
I don't think it should be a phone. I think it should be a video.
No. Well, yeah. I mean, when you think telehealth, you think virtual, like a video. But there was one that was going to do it over the phone, and I'm like, no. Like, where the fuck did you go to school? How the fuck are you reading anybody's body language? And I don't care what anybody says. No, I didn't have 1 second of psychology in anything. But you read people's body language, you can see if they're uncomfortable or not. If all you can see is from the neck up, you're not getting the whole picture, so you're not going to be providing the proper care as far as I'm concerned.
So there is a group in Philly. I only know this because I have a handful of patients that go there for their mental health needs. And when they tell me, I have an appointment at this time and I'm supposed to be in class, I'll be like, go to the lab, put one of the screens up, and do your telehealth appointment in there. So the one comes back and she's like, she was so funny. She's like, Miss Donna, I can't. I said, what do you mean you can't? She's like, the camera on my phone's not working. I said, okay. I said, can they call in to my phone? I'll give you my cell phone so you can, or I'll give you the laptop. No big deal. So her provider needs, sit all the way up for a second.
What?
Sit up. Like,
I'm sitting up.
No, sit up straight. You're slouched. I want to show them something. Okay.
This thing is not, thing's not built for that kind of
So
sitting.
you see how you can actually see his knees? Okay. So put your knee down. Tap your foot now.
What?
Tap your foot. You can see that's what needs to be seen, and you can see the leg moving. It has to be from below the knee up for the telehealth appointment.
Yeah, well, as far as that one therapist that I had for a few months, she saw about, shoulders up. You didn't see anything else.
And I said, "Why?" Well, I asked my patient. I was like, "Why?" She goes, "I asked the same thing the first time." She goes, "Because when we signed off, it said that we had to be dressed. You couldn't do it and because they had to see from the knee up.
Otherwise, it would be a little inappropriate."
And being I know people that they used to do classes in their pajamas. She goes, and you had to be able to see from below the knee up. She goes, it was a telltale sign of if you were uncomfortable or stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're seeing from my shoulders up, you don't know if my leg's shaking. Like, you don't know if my knee's tapping or not. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that right now. Now, the other stuff, I've had other telehealth appointments that, they don't need to put hands on me. They need to, how you feel, like, how's this going? I'm like, okay.
I had a dermatology one.
Well, they can't do the initial, they can't do a body check if you're not there.
No, I had, it was my hive things.
Well, I mean, honestly, that's in a weird way how I've got the doctor that I have is because you were working there at the time. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It was like some weird, I thought it was hives. And you told me to take a picture. Mm-hmm. You showed her. She said, go get jock itch cream. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's a real thing. And literally, like 3 days later, it was gone.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. K. She's amazing.
So I was like, okay, if you can do that from a fucking picture, like, I want you to be my doc. So I switched and went with her, and it's been great.
Yeah, I think.
Because she's not from here, and with the West, their thing is to just treat it, not cure it. She's actually trying to get rid of whatever the problem is.
Okay, I agree with you. She was not born here. I will give you that. She was fully educated here.
But she doesn't have that Western look on
She-
health, where it's treat the problem, not cure the problem. She tries her best to get rid of the problem once and for all, not just have it. Let's treat it so you keep coming back.
The one thing I will say about her is she's very patient oriented. I think that's part of it. Somebody who's patient oriented wants the patient to be in the best health possible, the best way for them.
I mean, she's done stuff where she was like, "Come on, we got to try and get this done. Let's get this done. Let's see how we can." Where other doctors just go, "Then don't do it. That's your whatever." She's trying to get me healthier. It's an uphill fight, but I will take a lot more of her advice than I would other people because of that attitude.
Yeah, she's.
And like I said, she tries to cure the problem, not treat it. And I know people are going to go, "What's the difference?" Well, just treating it is not going away. That makes you dependent on going back and being a return customer. And as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to anything medical, you're not supposed to be a customer.
Unfortunately, that's what we have to call them now. They're customers or consumers, and I hate it.
But I don't feel that way with her. And the new dentist, I've only been there once. I don't feel that way with them either.
I've been there twice, and let me tell you something. Both times, amazing. Well, 3 times counting the time I went with you, but twice as a patient. Amazing both times. But on that note, guys, I want you guys to keep in mind
Make sure you floss.
that
Oh, sorry.
when you're dealing with loss, speak about it. Don't bury everything, because at some point it's going to come out. And watch your social media stuff. Don't do anything that's going to be unhealthy for you. And like he said, scrolling through things that,
Can't we all just get along?
yeah, it's, there was last note, there was a band, I just showed it to you the other day. They posted a picture of a girl singing in the front aisle from Ashes to New. And people bashed this girl singing. And
No, they didn't bash her singing. They
bashed what she looked like.
Because she wasn't, she had a few extra pounds, which personally I went, that looks like a normal, average
yeah, I mean,
person to me. I don't know what anybody's bashing it about. Like, not it, her.
So the lead singer, the next night at the concert, said something about people bullying. And he's like, "If I find out you're bullying," he goes, "online or not, I'll go after you. It's not acceptable." So I want you guys to remember, if somebody's bullying you online, just delete, scroll, block. All right. Until the next time, have a lovely night, and we'll come up with something to talk about next time.
I got plenty of issues. We'll be here for years.
Have a good one, guys.